In the last video we just covered the basic operation of the Q170 MIDI Gates. Now we're going to try today some of the other possibilities we have. So let's reset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. For one, we're going to set up the toggle mode. So we hold it down and we press the key twice. And we're going to set up the trigger mode for 2. So we hold it down and we press the key 3 times. So let's see what happens now as we play it. It stays on, and then you touch it again and it goes off. And you come up here and you touch it and it just gives a little flash. So the trigger mode is working satisfactorily. It's recording the trigger mode and it's recording the latching mode. But what you don't really realize is that when we do the latching mode, we can use two different keys, and depending on the order in which we hit them. So let's try that. Now 2 keys should be mapped to that. So I should be able to turn it on with one and turn it off with the other. Here I'm turning it on with the C and I'm turning it off with the F. Or I can turn it back on with the F and I can turn it off with the C. Or I can actually turn it off with both keys. So with the same key twice. So it doesn't really matter. The next thing we can do is to have CC numbers associated with our MIDI gates. And the device is clever enough to be able to detect whether it's a continuous controller slider or whether it's a button. And if it's a continuous controller slider, then it maps the top half of the range to the on and the bottom half of the range to the off. Hold down the 2 and we're going to move the slider 1 here. Notice that the slider, as I slide it up, when it reaches a halfway point, it switches on, and then when I slide it back down, it switches off. Here we have button B1 set up as an unlatched button, and we're going to store it. It's set for a CC number. So when I press it now, I can hold it down. As I said, it's unlatched. So this is a great way to get patch control into your rig using your MIDI controller. To test the start, stop, continue and MIDI clock, I'm using my trusty Yamaha QX5 sequencer, which has nice big start, stop, continue and record buttons. As you can see there on the 5 to 8, we have a number of divisors on the MIDI clock. You can see we have, this is a 4 and 8, then we have a 16 and a 32, and the one here on 6 is a 96, which is why it's only flashing very occasionally. So each of these are dividing down by 2, and then the one there in the middle is a divide by 96. So the 1, 2 and 3 are now assigned to start, stop and continue, with 1 being start. I'm going to press the start button now. You just saw it flash briefly. And 3 being stop. I hope you saw that. And then when I press it continue, the 2 gives a little flash. So those are triggers coming on 1, 2, and 3 for start, stop, and continue, while we get clock divisions there. I haven't figured out how I'm going to use these in any music yet, but I certainly have been able to test them using my QX5. So go out and get yourself one or more of these MIDI gates. You're doubtless sure to figure out a use for it sooner or later. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.